In this video, I'm going to explain to you something that is very special to me and something that I've spent the last 7 years perfecting and honing. So this is the profit maximization plan. Our plan on how to start e-commerce clients on CRO. I think you're going to love it. We call it the profit maximization plan because it's not a CRO audit and it doesn't only consist of CRO suggestions, because we want to take into account the average order value as well. So there's an important distinction there. We aim to improve the revenue per user rather than a conversion rate purely. So here, there's a few objectives here. Now, providing actionable suggestions, those could be adding, editing, or removing things on your site. Of course, there's no other ways to do it, but also this means that these suggestions don't have to come from only things that are on your site already. So there's that distinction. We're also looking at the nodes that you are not playing in that way. Then providing an actionable roadmap for you to implement, or if you want us to implement it, we can also do that. But here the key thing is actionable. So things need to be easy to implement and it needs to be focused on implementation right away from the start, because this way things are practical. You don't just end up with these ideas that maybe you should do this and no idea how to do it or no roadmap for that. Now, this is a singular goal thing where we want to improve the visitor monetization, and this is the goal, improve the revenue per visitor. All right, how we do it. So I think here nobody needs another general list of best practice suggestions. If you are in this camp that you're looking for them actually, then just Google like 101 things to improve e-commerce store or something like that. And you'll get a ton of suggestions. And if you implement them all, your site will look like a Christmas tree with like all kinds of things in it. That won't be very good for you. So we need to pick our opportunities. And this is why we do problem and solution statements. So this guarantees us that we are addressing issues, not just working from a checklist. The key here is adapting to the situation. So each store is unique, each audience is unique, each traffic source, etc. There's a lot of unique elements here. So we want to adjust to this unique situation. And this is why the content is also customized to each store. So here, don't get too stuck on the table of content examples, because we will pick from the list basically of lowest hanging fruits, best opportunities, etc. Alright, so here your store currently has some leaks, problems, inefficiencies, etc. So the main reason why we believe so much on the problem-driven framework is only by outlining and explaining them can we truly understand them in this particular situation. So it is helpful for us, but it's also helpful for you, because then you know ongoing to not go there. So often something might look like it should be changed until it is looked from this perspective. If things, for example, something doesn't have a downside, then you only have the upside left. So here it's very important to drive this down first. Next. So we have a bunch of problems. How do we turn that into solutions? Well, with actionable recommendations. And the changes here need to be easy to understand for both you as the client and the developer. So we go pretty specific here and try to be as exact as possible. And by having the roadmap, we minimize the need for your involvement during the first few weeks of the project, allowing us to improve your store faster. Now, taking these suggestions into actionability is best with prioritization. So you have so many things that you could work on. So how do you pick? Well, with a prioritization framework. And this document is then listing those change suggestions from the profit maximization plan for expected business impact and expected implementation is coming up with a total score. And this ranking provides you with a priority then. Okay, start from here. Next up, you currently also most likely have technical issues costing your sales. So almost all stores have these to some degree at least. And these are then eating away at your results. And it's like hidden killers, and often can be a little bit of a death by 1,000 cuts situation where you have a bunch of things eating away at the trust of the store. This is why it's crucial to make sure that we have a flawless technical setup as well for the most popular devices and browsers. So we check this for those and then outline the issues with either a screenshot of video, provide a priority for them, exact page where those are happening, and then it's solvable from there. So, summary. 3 deliverables, profit maximization plan, usually a few dozen pages of actionable suggestions and insights to your store. We have the change prioritization roadmap, making that into a prioritized order and providing insights in that. Very useful also for implementation later on. And the technical analysis, the thing that you just saw here, outlining the problems of the store. And here, how do we turn that into action? So, of course, to get results, you will need implementation. So, if you don't have a developer, we can help implement these findings to your Shopify store as the next project. If you do, then it's also something that either we can project manage that process, or you can take these documents and you're completely free to do that yourself. In order for these to be implementable, you do need actionability. And for these to be actionable, you need clarity on the suggestions. For these to be clear, you will need them to be well reasoned and well explained. And for these to be able to be well reasoned and well explained, you will need someone with expertise. To have expertise, you need experience, which we have from dozens of these similar audits and working with over 100 e-commerce stores by now. So there's very few people that can do this and provide the kind of work results that put their developer into a scenario where they can then be successful doing the changes. So here, I gotta say as the last thing, I love the profit maximization plan mostly because a great team here might get you 5x, 10x, or even like 100x results than the average team would. And here we have the results to prove that. And we are very effective and got great feedback on these plans on every occasion we've done them. So that's that. That's the summary of the profit maximization plan. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. And let me know if you have any questions. Cheers.